Well, I pulled the transmission back out of the LS Swap Jaguar. This is the 4L80E, and when I pulled the pump apart, this is a pump I had laying around. It's old and rusty and stuff, so I'm probably not going to use it because the uh, back of the stator shaft, where it engages the bushing, it's a little pitted and rusty and stuff, so I don't want it to tear up the bushing. So I'll probably just get a new one tomorrow. But in any case, the pump. I didn't even check this side of it when I took it apart and did the HD2 kit and did the rebuild kit and everything. I ended up putting all the gears into this guy, and everything looked good on the face of it. And then you basically set all that stuff in, and then this guy, when you take it apart, it sits like this. And I didn't catch it when I put it all back together. I didn't catch it. This has been eaten away, and so when I started it up, the pump gear, the gerotor gear, was just floating in there. It wasn't even sucking fluid up to the pump. There was so little, because if you can see that, it's all eaten away, and so it was just floating back and forth in there, and it wasn't able to produce pressure because the fluid was bypassing the gear. So in any case, it didn't even pull any suction up through the feed cavity, and so it never had fluid in it. So it's like I pulled it out, and the converter looked brand new, and there's no metal in it, and it never had fluid in it. Like, it's got fluid in it because I poured fluid in it before I installed it, but just to lubricate the stator. But the thing didn't have any fluid anywhere, which is like sign number one that you have a pump failure. Plus the 0 psi of pressure that I had in it. So so that's what's going on with it. It just, I didn't catch that the housing was bad, and that the previous gear had been chewed up. And it's funny because I replaced the gear itself, because when I took it apart, the gear was a little bit, not bad, but the gear had a little bit of grooving to it. So I was like, well, I'll just put a gear in it, and I had this one, so I stole the gear out of it. And of course, if I had just done the whole swap, which I wouldn't have because it's rusty, but this one is fine. This one, I'm sorry, actually this side, the gear face, where it rides, where the rotor gear rides, is fine on this one. So that's what's going on. I will get a new front pump for it tomorrow, and everything else is clean in the trans, so I'm not that worried about it. And like I said, I just went through this thing, so I'm not concerned about it. All the stack up on it was good, and everything went together like it should, and it's got all new clutches and steels in it, and all new lip seals and O-rings, and I put an HD2 kit in it, and I put the Summit Pro Alice converter, which is that guy. So it's the rest of it's pretty good. So I just got to take care of this front pump issue, get fluid to the darn thing, and then hopefully that's the last of my problems with this thing. So that's what happened.